Okay, guys, first of all, welcome to the first session of Data Science 360 course. And I would like to introduce myself before getting into the actual class today. And my name is Chandramouli. I'm one of the co-founder of Analytixlabs, and I have close to 16 years of experience into the data science and analytics industry after my post-graduation from IIT Madras. And in terms of my professional work experience, so I work with various organizations, including McKinsey, Citigroup, and Genpact. After my master's, I studied from IIT Chennai. And as part of my work, I worked on many problems, business related projects, especially into the e-commerce, retail, banking, financial services, insurance, telecom, in terms of all varieties of problems across functions, marketing, risk and operations, and digital analytics side. And I worked with various clients across globe. Some clients majority of the clients I worked in Asia, Europe, and Australia. And some of the clients I worked in US also. And in terms of my work experience, primarily, I was more into the advanced analytics side. But however, there is no differentiation between advanced or basic analytics when it comes to the actual reality. So end of the day, how much you are creating an impact for the given business or given business problem. So that is more matters rather than talking about basic analytics or advanced analytics. So in terms of the technical stack, I worked on almost all the tools available in the industry, ranging from basic Excel to various tools including R, Python, and SAS, and maybe some big data technologies like Hadoop, Spark, and even cloud computing platforms. And in addition to that, I also worked on various automation tools like SPSS Modeler or SAS Enterprise Miner, etc. So this is how these are some of the tools I used part of my career. And in terms of my experience into the trainings, I'm delivering the training since 2012, 2013 onwards. And I think I trained more than 500 plus workshops and at least 10,000 plus individuals in the last 8-9 years. Right. So this is a little bit background about myself. And in terms of the class structure for today, I'm planning to introduce what is the process at Analytixlabs when it comes to the any course. Then I will also introduce what is the Data Science 360 and how it will be helpful. And the third thing is, I also want to introduce a very important thing, which is a NASCOM certification as part of the course, which is a government funded by some incentives given to the students who are completing this course. And I also want to discuss about, typically the entire interactions happens between Analytixlabs and you with a platform called LMS, which is Learning Management System. I would like to introduce what is Learning Management System, what are the benefits you will get it out of the LMS, all of these things I will discuss about that. And then we do get a lot of queries from various individuals in terms of how the data science and analytics can help different type of people. When I say different people, I mean to say that some people will have a technical background, some people will not have a technical background. What kind of a business roles are available? What is the different type of analytics roles can map to the different type of education background or work experience. So those are some of the elements which I will talk about today's session, because this is very important to know. Some people will have this kind of queries. Okay, I have completely irrelevant experience, or maybe I have irrelevant academic background. So am I eligible for a data science roles or a data scientist roles or a data engineer roles, etc. So who are going to be eligible for what type of roles? Probably I can give you my perspective, and especially what is happening in the industry, how the industry people are, acquiring the various people, etc., part of their day-to-day work. So that is the little bit objective of this one. Of course, we are going to keep a good amount of time for the the questions and answers. In case if you have any questions, we'll also going to discuss in detail about the course structure, any other things which you have, any information you want, you are looking for something. Okay, so that's the little bit about what is the plan for today. And before I start with that, first of all, welcome to this first session of Data Science 360. And I think, probably you might have this particular slide in the past as part of your brochures, etc. Probably let me give you a little bit introduction about what is Analytixlabs offering for different courses for individuals. So actually, we have a program called Integrated Program, which is, it's almost a 1-year program, where some of these courses are part of that program. Like, for example, Integrated Program consists of multiple modules like Data Science 360 and Certified Big Data Engineering and Artificial Intelligence and Deep Learning. But when it comes to the Data Science 360, I think this is the course which we are going to start with today's session. And this has again 3 modules. Data visualization analytics using Excel, SQL, Tableau. This is the module 1. And the module 2 is Python for data science. And the third one is machine learning and predictive modeling using Python. Right, so these are the 3 modules we are going to talk about part of the Data Science 360. And of course, there are a couple of other courses also. We have it like Business Analytics 360, and where we teach about DVA, Data Analytics and Visualization, and Data Science with Python. Similarly, we have a full stack and ML specialization, and full stack and big data specialization. So like this, we have a different type of courses, which are a different combination of modules will be, right? So this is the little bit background about what is our course curriculums. And then in terms of the Data Science 360, as I mentioned that, we are starting with the introduction to analytics and data science. I think this is the part which we are covering. And along with that, you will also get some of the foundational, or fundamentals for analytics, especially people who don't have any idea about programming or who don't have any knowledge about any programming language or any technical knowledge, etc. And for you guys, we created something called building blocks module, so that this can help you to come up with some speed before we start with the classes. So this is the module which is going to be added to part of your learning management system, and I can help you where you can access this particular module. And once this is done, and of course, we are going to start with the next week onwards, the data visualization and analytics module, where you are going to at least 11 to 12 sessions where you are going through Excel, how to use Excel for data analytics and visualization, how to use Tableau for data analytics and visualization, how to use SQL for data analysis. So these are the different type of modules or technology softwares which we are going to use to perform the data analytics and visualization module. And as I said, that the next course is next module is about Python for data science, because as you know, the Python is very vast language, and there are so many things you will you will go through that Python. But especially our focus is going to be how to use Python for data visualization or data analysis or data pre-processing or data, various type of activities related to data or data mining. So those things will be covered part of the Python for data science. And then the predictive modeling and machine learning, because at the end of the day, most of the business problems we are going to solve with the help of a machine learning or certain algorithms we are going to use, which is applications of statistics and applications of mathematics, etc. So where we are going to cover various type of algorithms and how to use this algorithm, what is the background about the algorithm, using this algorithm, how to solve certain business problems. All of those things will be covered part of this module. And then we also cover there is a module called text mining, because nowadays we do get a lot of data which is related to text, and the text related information, how to use the text for our data analysis part. So that is something which we are going to discuss part of the text mining. And then we also going to introduce something called artificial intelligence and cloud computing, because nowadays, everything we are relating with AI, and everything related we are doing with the cloud computing. So at least you should understand what is AI, what is cloud computing, how these are related to each other, what is the fundamentals behind that, and some of these elements which we are going to cover part of the AI cloud computing. And the next module, which we are going to cover, where we are emphasizing more on the implementation aspect. Okay, you build the model, and how to use that model, and what is the underlying, what is the way we can operationalize the model, right? So I mean, so suppose you build a machine learning model in terms of the work perspective, in terms of the, this perspective, how to operationalize the model or how to deploy that model in our day-to-day work, right? So that is what we are going to talk about part of this module. And in addition to that, we're also going to spend some time on the, industry and functional sessions, because this is the place, you ideally will get a certain recorded sessions where we are emphasizing on, okay, what are the different industries and what is the use of analytics? Because you are relatively new to the industry, but what are the applications you can see, in different industries? For example, you talk about e-commerce industry, you talk about banking and financial services or manufacturing. So there are various industries we have it, and how to, use analytics, to solve certain problems in different industries or different functions. Make sense? I think this is the program we are planning to cover part of the Data Science 360. And broadly, these are the modules you can observe under these course. Any questions on the course curriculum or objectives in terms of, what is what?
Well, the only question which I have is like, when I go through the entire course and curriculum and everything, will I be getting practical examples? Like, this is the scenario, this is the difficulty which I'm facing, and this is how I will get to a resolution to at last.
Yes. See, basically, as you know that whenever we are talking about analytics or data science, obviously these are all we are going to link it with the practical elements, because otherwise it is just like another course. I mean, you will not get any kind of a usage of this one, then there is no point of doing this course. Right. So answer to your question is yes, we definitely will include all the different type of business scenarios, certain business challenges, how to overcome, what are the ways to overcome, what are the different, ways and how we can compare it. So those are the pointers which we are going to add part of the discussions, which are problem solving discussions.
Because where I'm coming from, I would like to tell you about that too. Because I work as a Tableau developer, and I may do multiple dashboards and everything on Tableau. But there are times wherein it takes many hours just to get to a particular logic. So at that time, like, I do get stuck in between, and I don't have an answer to that. I need to research on it. That what is the particular solution to get to this particular piece. Okay. So will I be getting a hands-on on those particular things?
See, there are two aspects, right? So when it comes to the analytics or data science, there are three aspects. One is, of course, the technology, skills, and, well-versed with what is the tools you are going to use it for day-to-day work. And the second element is in terms of the solving the business problems. That means that solving the business problem, it's a combination of the business understanding or a functional understanding, plus there is a data understanding, right? So these are the three elements which you should know to solve any set of business problems. So obviously, as part of this course, we can't cover each and every, function, each and every, business or each and every type of problems to solve it, which is not possible for anyone. So, but what we do is we try to help as much as, correlating with the certain business problems, etc. Because especially all of our trainers are having a good amount of experience into this field, and they also understand that what are the challenges typically anyone will face, and etc. So they will give certain best practices. At the same time, they will also give their own thoughts and process, what is their experience, etc. So that's how it can be helpful.
Right, I got that. Well, thanks for your suggestion and all. My only point is like in future, if I'm stuck somewhere, can I reach out to you people for help if I don't have a solution?
Yes. So answer to question is we are happy to help. You know, at the same time, I also want to emphasize on two things. It is not like a spoon feeding kind of a thing.
Yeah,
Suppose you come up with the problem and you should expect me to give a solution directly. It is not like that. We are happy to guide you or help you. Okay, what is
yeah, a
the
way
way
around. I'm saying
forward?
about a way
Correct.
around to get to that particular piece.
Correct. So that is something we are happy to do that. But sometimes what happened is some students will reach out to me, sir, I want this solution for this problem. And that is I don't encourage. Though I know the solution, probably I will not give the solution. I always give them a guide them what is next step and how to go forward. That's the kind of suggestions and
You're
help
right.
we are happy to do that.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. So my only question was like, if I'm stuck, I have tried multiple things, but I'm not getting to a solution. I just need one point where I can reach out to, who can actually guide me through. I don't need a solution, but the guidance, how can I approach to that particular thing?
Yes. So we are happy to do that, but it is not like, you are part of your work, right? So sometimes you're part of work, obviously there are that require a lot of effort from the trainer or a point of contact person, because some of these problems you can't solve just, on the fly, right? So sometimes, either we can give a guidance or maybe, sometimes we can help you, but, you should not expect that, every problem from your office and things, you should not expect that the trainer should know everything, right? It's not necessary, right? But we are happy to guide you, help you, giving a way forward. All these kinds of support we are do that. But it's not like, for every, office related problem you are asking and expecting help, that may not be feasible in an operational perspective. Make sense? Okay. So guys, that's the first thing. And some people ask me, what is the difference between data science 360 and, the business analytics 360? So the data science 360, when it comes to that, these are the modules will be there. And when it comes to the business analytics 360, module 1, module 2, and module 3, and of course the module 8 will be there, because these are the 4 modules will comes under the business analytics 360, where you will not get a chance to go through the machine learning or text mining and AI cloud computing. You are primarily focused on data analytics and visualization and the Python for data science, right? So that is the fundamental difference between the data science 360 versus the business analytics 360. Does that make sense?
Sir,
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, I want to ask which type of cloud we will learn here. Is it Google Cloud or the IBM Cloud?
Okay, so as part of the introduction to AI cloud computing, we are not going to do any kind of a hands-on work on the cloud computing platforms. But we use some of the cloud-based platforms like a Google Colab or Kaggle notebooks and etc. We will introduce, those are free of cost. And whereas a cloud computing, there I will introduce what is a AWS, what is Azure, what is a GCP, some kind of a understanding and differentiation I will give it. But we are not going to do any hands-on. So here we are not going to use any kind of a cloud platforms like a GCP or Azure, etc. Part of the data science 360 course, right? But whereas some of the advanced courses we have it where certified big data engineering course or maybe data, artificial intelligence and deep learning, there we are going to use some of the cloud platforms like AWS or Azure, GCP. One of them we are going to discuss that.
Sir, just one question. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, sir, I'm an consumer insights professional where I am giving insights to my organization basis on the data analysis. So, for me, I would like to ask you, for me, like I do use Python sometime, and Python would be very much helpful for me. Along with that, predictive modeling is also something I'm looking forward for. But AI and cloud computing and machine learning is something I am not working on because I am an insights professional. So what would you suggest in that case, and how will you help me out?
Okay, so the machine learning is end of the day a way way of solving the business problem, whatever the predictive models we are going to do with the help of a simple linear regression or logistic regression, which are traditional models. And this is an alternative way of doing that. Of course, end of these are all our algorithms. And if you are just not restricting yourself with the only consumer insights, but if you are extending your role and responsibilities, part of your work, etc., like sometimes, the consumer insights professionals, they also work on segmentation, some forecasting related problems, some panel data handle analysis. If you are thinking about that line of working areas, then probably these predictive modeling and machine learning modules can, etc., will be helpful. And even the text mining also, there is a big role as part of the consumer insights generations, because a lot of times we do work with surveys, some analysis, etc., and where you will get the open text, or sometimes you also you will also get the data of reviews and various other parts of as a form of text data. And that's the place the text mining also will play a role, right? So answer to your question is, if you're thinking about your own, job responsibilities, I don't know how much the scope will be there, but in general, the consumer insights generation people will use machine learning partially, fully, wherever some of the situations. Make sense?
Sure, sir. So you would recommend data science 360 instead of business analytics, is it, sir?
Yes, ideally, I suggest that in case if you want to extend your capability beyond your role. But if your role is limiting to only basic predictive modeling, you can still strictly go ahead with the BA 360. But as I said, that it depends on the role and the scope of the work.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Great. Any other questions on the data science 360 versus business analytics 360, and in terms of the what we are covering in terms of the topics?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Preetika. Am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you.
So good morning. I have a doubt regarding the learning part of this course. The sessions of pre-learning hours, which we see in LMS, they have a building block section and it has 10 hours of classes that to be covered. So is that classes should be going through us before May 8th class?
Ideally, there is no restriction on that you need to finish it before 8th. But yes, ideally, if you want to go as a process, I think that is strongly recommend that you should complete at least going through that stuff before coming to the next week classes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
But as I said, that we do start from the scratch. But it's always suggestible if you already have some prior understanding, some knowledge, it will be easy for you to cope up the things well. And that is the reason I said it is explicitly, these elements will be very helpful if someone, don't have any technical understanding, or maybe it's been a long time you used any kind of a programming languages, or you never exposed to the Excel or a SQL in the past. And those kind of people, I strongly recommend to complete those stuff before coming to the class. But if someone already have a knowledge about programming, someone having knowledge about at least basics of Excel, if already seen that, etc., I think for them it is okay. But if still, I suggest to go through that.
Okay. And sir, we can only see building blocks, pre-learning hours, sessions, DVA, Python, and all these other topics which we'll be covering. Will it be unlocking as we complete the course?
Yes,
Or,
yes.
okay.
Yes, each module will be get unlocked, based on the module wise projection happens, completion happens.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
No problem. There is a question from Shashank. 8th module industry session, will there be some actual industry project with certification? So Shashank, here we are not covering on the projects or something. Here we are going to introduce what is the uses of analytics in different industries, like for example e-commerce and etc. So what are the business pain points we are addressing, and how we can overcome, and what are the ways to solve that problems. That's what we are trying to talk about here. But as part of the course, we are going to work on multiple case studies and projects part of the class, as well as you'll also get good number of assignments and case studies and capstone projects, etc. And once you complete all the assignments, case studies, projects, there will be a Viva process. Once that Viva is completed, you will get a certification from Analytixlabs. In fact, there is a dual certification. One certification, you're also eligible for the NASCOM. For the NASCOM, you require to attend one exam from NASCOM, which is a MCQ-based test. And once you complete that, the test, and you will get a certificate from NASCOM. Plus, you also eligible for getting the incentive of about 8,000 from the government of India. So that's the certification process with respect to this. Make sense?
Okay, sir.
Great. And what is the difference between analytics and analyst in own words? So Sonal, I will talk about that. I think you can park that question. And okay, I am a student doing my bachelor's, which course will be suggest. So I think probably Rishika, what bachelor's you are studying, so that I can help you further on that. And there is a question from Ratin. I'm a diploma student and do 1 month training in data science to my domain. Which one should you study? Okay, guys. So probably some of these questions are probably I can discuss in detail once I talk about few things, because many of these questions I automatically answered when I'm going to discuss on few things. Okay, probably you can park those questions in case if these questions not get addressed. Probably you can ask me in the later point of time. Is that fine? Okay.
Hi, sorry to interrupt you, but the NASCOM certification which you told is only for data analytics, or like is it for business analytics too?
Okay, this is NASCOM certificate is only applicable for the data science 360 course, which is not applicable for business analytics 360 course. Yeah, that is something you need to keep it in mind.
And do we have a capstone in for business analytics?
Yes, exactly. So you do have a capstone projects for all the modules, and especially the data science 360, you will have more number of capstone. But when it comes to the business analytics 360, you will have a little less number of capstone because of the duration of the course.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
And also, sir, as we complete this course and get the certificate, do we have an opportunity to do an internship which has been covered in the brochure?
So the internship is something is two ways. I mean, anyway, I'm going to talk about what is the process for that, etc. Then probably you can ask me that question again.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Okay.
Okay, sir. So I have one concern for this. So currently, I'm working as an analyst in an IT firm, but my work is related to project management. All right. So which course will be best for me between the data science 360 and PA 360?
See, that I will talk about in a while. Probably, I think to answer these questions, there is no straightforward answer. I need to discuss one-to-one basis. Probably after today's class, either you can call me or maybe one of my colleague also can call you, or maybe one of the way we can guide you what is the course can be helpful, because it's very generic and it's it's not possible to generalize this. Okay, this topic to cover. Okay, this course is applicable to only this. So we need to get certain details from you to suggest you what is the best course. Is that fine?
Yes, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, excuse me.
Yes.
So actually, I am from the non-technical background, so I am going to pursue this data science 360s. So for after doing this 360 course, and what will be the opportunity in the career support?
Yeah. So I think you can park that question for a while. Let me complete few things, and automatically this question get answered. Okay.
Okay.
So guys, as we just now mentioned that the data science 360 course is approved by NASCOM, and it's a government of India initiative. So as part of this, which I already discussed, that if someone is completed the data science 360 course, they're eligible for NASSCOM certificate after completion of assessment or assignment. And then you also eligible for the scholarship and etc. And there is a one more thing. There is a career assistance. You will also get it from Analytixlabs, as well as, sometimes we also get it a lot of opportunities from the NASSCOM also. So the people who completed the certification from NASSCOM and Analytixlabs together, you will get more opportunities from both the firms. I mean, both the organizations. NASSCOM also conduct a lot of job fairs and opportunities, whoever is completed the course and etc. And of course, Analytixlabs also supporting on the placement assistance perspective. So which I'm going to discuss in a while, right?
Okay. So after understanding this, we can understand and we can assume like NASSCOM is more valuable than the Analytixlabs.
It is not like that. So everything has its own set of guidelines and importance. So NASSCOM is a body which is conducting assessments and tests on behalf of Government of India, and where they are testing certain skill set before they're offering certain positions and opportunities. But whereas Analytixlabs is something we are more focusing on the, guys, please mute yourself in case you're not speaking. Analytixlabs more emphasizing on the hands-on work. When I say hands-on work means most of the times we do give a lot of assignments and case studies and projects. All of them got evaluated, and there will be a proper viva, to ensure that you done on yourself. And based on that, we will issue the certificate. And when it comes to the Analytixlabs brand and recognition of our certificate, it's a huge credibility is in the market. And because most of the times we do get a lot of opportunities from the industry. And if someone is having a Analytixlab certificate, there is a significant differentiation you can observe from Analytixlab versus any other institute in the India. So that is a credibility we built. And our certification is not like just attending and you will get the certificate. It's not the case. We are doing a proper evaluation process, and so that you will get a confidence. And our objective is not just achieving the job or getting the job. Even once you get the job, you should able to sustain, or you should be sustained, as part of your work without depending on anyone. So that is our target. It is not just, limiting to only getting the job opportunities. So that, with keeping that in mind, all these projects and case studies and everything is created.
So suppose that somebody have the knowledge of the 360 sports, and he can also appear in the exam of the certifications that is conducted by the NASSCOM.
That's what we are saying that. So the NASSCOM is basically whoever is completed the course, which is nothing but completed the classes and assignments and etc. They're eligible for the assessment done by NASSCOM. Once you complete that assessment by NASSCOM, you will get a certificate from the NASSCOM also. Make sense?
Okay. So after completions the course right from the Analytixlabs, so do they provide and regarding the career supports and other things, also building things?
Yes, we do that. I'm going to talk about that in a while. Okay. So guys,
if do they that, so for how long are skill support?
Yes, I'm also going to address that. I think probably you are a little early in terms of asking these questions. Yeah, just give me a few minutes. I think once I talk about that, you can talk about, or you can clarify more number of questions if you guys have it. Okay.
With me, sir. I have a doubt regarding the certifications. I have also heard that Analytixlab has a collaboration certificate through IBM. So is this there now or not?
So with the IBM right now, we are not having, because the NASSCOM and IBM can't be done together. And NASSCOM certification is, we see that there is a lot of adaptability and the industry acceptance. So right now what we have done is this particular course is aligned with the NASSCOM. And we are not doing with the IBM.
Okay.
But the only reason is NASSCOM is most of the companies accepted by industry. That's the reason we are going with the NASSCOM rather than IBM. But yes, prior to NASSCOM, we do have a collaboration. Still, we have a collaboration with IBM, but it's not in terms of this particular course. There are some other courses we are doing that.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So guys, there is no separate fees for the NASSCOM exam, because as I said that this exam is actually aligned with the NASSCOM, and we received the certificate from the NASSCOM that our course is valid for as per their certain kinds of standards. Because in India there is a standards we have which is called as a National Occupation Standard. So, NOC, that is something we call as a NOC. So National Occupation Certificate, National Occupation Standards, NOS. So I think as part of the NOS, I think around 13, 14 NOSes, they are created for the data science and analytics in this field. So we are almost satisfied 9 NOSes part of this course. That means that almost 80% of what the industry is expecting from the advanced data science or analytics skills, whoever is needed. And we completed more than 9 or 10 NOSes, which is prescribed by the NASSCOM, right? So that way you are getting the certain competitive skills, and which you can go through any kind of a job opportunities in the field of data science. Make sense?
Yeah, excuse me, sir. I want to ask one question.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, in case of like you are saying we have industry support which is provided by you. So in the case of industries, which type of industries are there, like MNCs or local companies?
Okay. See, anyway, that's also I'm going to talk about in a while. But answer to your question is, we are not restricting ourselves with only local companies or startups. We get various job opportunities from across India, across globe, in fact, and majority of the companies are MNCs, and a few companies are product companies or startups and etc. But it doesn't matter which company, what company, but as long as the work and the salary and the commitment towards that and etc. is good, and it's a good opportunity, right? It is not necessary that this is a good opportunity, bad opportunity because of the MNC or non-MNC. But answer to your question is, we do get a lot of opportunities from all types of companies.
Hello, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, is there any age limit for this course to complete?
So probably that question can be answered by my colleagues. Just you can drop a note in the chat, and they can give you a call and they can help you. Because before talking about that one, they also need to know some information, and accordingly they can guide you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Guys, so I wantedly keeping, some of these questions are parking, because I know that some of the people mentioned about some queries in the chart. But I think a couple of questions I think I already answered. There is no fees for the NASSCOM certification. And if someone is opted for BA 360, it doesn't include the NASSCOM certification. And in case you want to get NASSCOM certificate, you need to upgrade to Data Science 360. That is the way you can also eligible for the NASSCOM certificate. And there are few people mentioned about whether they can fit for what and etc. given that the opportunities and based on the background etc. So obviously those questions I will answer towards the end of the session.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so this is the little bit about the what is the certification and how it works. Just kindly mute yourself in case if you're not speaking. Okay, guys, the first thing I would like to introduce how a typical process works at Analytixlabs course. As you know that, you can attend the class either through online or classroom, especially in this batch is conducting from Bangalore. In case if you're based out of Bangalore, you also have option to attend the offline class as well as live online session. And all the sessions will be recorded, and recording of the session will be available in the learning management system. So once you complete your basic formalities and the registration process, etc., you will get access to the learning management system. And as part of the learning management system, you will find this information like recording of the class and some of the instructions related to software installations, and whatever we are presenting in the class in terms of the presentation, some reference books, some sample codes, data sets and assignments. All these elements you will get it from the LMS. And as you know that once the classes are over, of course, as part of the classes, you will get a lot of assignments and projects, and you require to finish the module wise assignments and projects. And you also get a final capstone projects. So you need to complete both of them. All the projects will be evaluated, and you'll also get a set, viva after the completion of the projects. And once you complete these modules and you are eligible for certification, then the placement assistance will start from there. Right. So before we start with that, I would like to quickly introduce what is this LMS and how it looks like, so that you will be better familiar with the platform which we are referring that. So whenever you are going to Analytixlabs LMS, so first you can go to the Analytixlabs website. I mean, you can see that there is something called login option. And once you go there, of course, in my case, it's already logged in, and probably 1 second. So you will land it up to this page, and you just quickly you provide your user ID password, which you will get it after completion of your registration. And as soon as you finish this one, and this is the place you will be landed up, and where you can see multiple things, like one is the my courses section, and the courses whatever you enrolled for, these courses you will have it. And as part of the course, for example, you are doing the data analytics and visualization course, and you will have it 3 modules get added. One is the building blocks for data analytics. I think this is what which is a pre-recorded sessions. We recommended to go through these 4 or 5 videos before coming to the next class. And the second one is as part of the data visualization analytics, and this is the class schedule. And each class, once the class is over, you will get a recording of the session. And once you click on the recording of the session, you are having this option to go through the recording. And as you know, certain options like settings, like speed and making a full screen, and all these basic options, anyway, you can see that. And in addition to that, you will see some kind of option like a class files. This is the kind of button you can get it, where you can click on this and download the material related to the class. And in addition to that, there are a couple of additional functionalities, like you have something called digital notes, and where you can take notes while you're going through the recording, etc. And you also have a bookmarks. I mean, in case if you want to a particular place, you want to bookmark it, etc., you can also do that.
Offline student can also join this and having permission of LMS.
Yes, for everyone, the LMS will be given. Even it's offline, online, every student will get a this particular thing, guys. Okay. And once this is done, and of course, there's a most important thing is you will also have a case studies and assignment section. Under that project section, you can see that whichever assignments or case studies given to you. For example, data visualization analytics, you can see certain data analytics and visualization. There are certain case studies related to Excel, SQL, and Tableau, etc. So you can download them. So by clicking on this option. And once you completed the the exercise or assignment, you also have option to upload them. So uploading the upward button and downloading this downward button, you can click on that. Okay, so that's how you can download the assignments, and once the assignments are finished, you can also upload for an evaluation. Suppose once the evaluation is done, for example, you want to see the status of evaluation, so you can click on that evaluation tracking, and this is the page. You can see that whether you submitted, for example, this is the kind of a thing you will get it for every assignment. Is that assignment is mandatory, and what is the status? Suppose you submitted or not. If it is submitted, the evaluation also done, and you will also get the result and comment. Like the results are like something like good or fair or needs improvement. If it is a needs improvement, again, you require to rework on based on the hints, and then you need to resubmit it again. So that's the process typically happens for the every exercise and case study, what you will get it from the Analytixlabs part of the courses. And then the third one, in case if you, most important thing in terms of the learning management system perspective, this is the place most of the times we talk about a career assistance. And as part of the career assistance, you will see certain things, certain sample resumes and some interview questions and etc. And in addition to that, there is a one important thing you guys require to finish it today, or maybe as soon as you get the LMS access. There is a section we have called profile section. I mean, if you click on that, there is a profile section. And here you have two options. One is the my details, the basic details like email ID and etc. And there are certain details. You also have a professional details. So professional details is nothing but, especially in case if you're looking for opportunities in the later point of time, etc. Suppose if you're looking for a job, you can click on this and you require to fill all the details, especially whatever the details required for a job opportunity point of view, right? So I think, in this case, you have basic information, your technical skills, your academic qualifications, and work experience in case if you have it, and then upload your resume also. So all these details are mandatory, because if you don't do this particular thing, we are not going to help you to share your profile, because everything will be accessed through learning management system. So in case if you're looking for any kind of opportunities in the later point of time, you require to complete this professional detail section. And with this data only, we are going to share it with the employers. Is that clear? Okay, so this is the one information, and the other.
I'm really sorry to interrupt you. So
Yeah.
this profile update which we have to do, I guess, I mean, we'll do it obviously, but the job assistance which you're going to provide, it's only going to make sense once we are done, completing the course. And even the team, Analytixlabs team, they will also help us in getting the job assistance after the course is done. Am I correct?
Correct. But that's what I was mentioning, that whenever you are planning to start looking for opportunities, right? So that's the place you require to complete this particular profile information. Without that information, we can't proceed with any opportunities to be shared.
Okay, cool. Thanks for answering.
Yeah. And guys, one more important thing, in case someone is, even today you got the link through mail or something, but going forward, whenever you want to attend the class link will be available through LMS only, right? So for example, suppose I'm attending some course called Data Analytics and Visualization course, for example. So in my case, it's the classes are already over, but if you attending this batch, and you will see that on a Saturday and Sunday, this link will be enabled for you to what class is available and when is the class, etc. If suppose the class is there, you can directly click on that to join the class, right? So you can directly click on that link so that you can directly join the class whenever you are attending online classes.
So what is the duration of this today class?
Today class about 4:30. Yeah, we are planning to end at around 5. That is the target, but yes, plus or minus 15-20 minutes.
Sir, I would like to ask one question here in general. So, this is just a demo class which is going on. As I have been enrolled for the BA 360, and the discussion is all about like DS 360. So just a generic overview you're giving here, just to give the heads up, like what is going to happen, how the training looks like in future. That's what is going on right here. Like from 8 onwards, we will have the actual training going to happen based on what courses we have opted for. Correct?
Exactly. So today's session is also is part of the classes only, because where we are trying to introduce the process, steps, and the introduction, and then we also giving some process related to placement and all these kind of introductory, because a lot of people have a lot of questions in their minds. To address those questions, we are specially conducting this particular session, of course, where I am going to introduce some of the foundation elements of analytics. But the idea here is to, before starting with the actual content, we want to make sure that all of your queries get sorted out before focusing on the classes. So that's the big idea behind this today's session.
The only confusion I had when the class started is like about, we spoke about it's a DA 360 class going on. We never spoke about it's a BA 360 class going on.
See, guys, I think I already mentioned that as part of the when I was explaining about data science 360.
Yeah.
So data science 360 and BA 360. BA 360 is a subset of data science 360 in terms of the modules. So both of you guys going through the same modules for the building blocks and the data visualization analytics and Python for data science. Right, the rest of the modules, this is the place you will stop it, and the data science 360 guys will continue beyond that.
Understood.
Right, so whatever the common topics are there, you will continue with the data science 360 and BA 360. Both of them will go together.
Understood, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Guys, one more important thing. I think this is the place. Many people ask me questions, and I want to clarify that. And this is the placement process at Analytixlabs. As you know that end of the day, everyone want to get placed in somewhere after the course completion. So how this placement process works at Analytixlabs is, first you will attend all the classes, and that including live classes as well as a pre-learning recordings. And then you are going to get certification from Analytixlabs and NASCOM. Depends on what course you are enrolled for. And getting a certification from Analytixlabs, I already mentioned that you need to complete all the mandatory assignments, case studies, and caption projects. And then you also require to complete the Viva, and then get the course certification, course completion certificate from Analytixlabs. And then, as I said, that you also eligible for NASCOM certification by attending the test in the NASCOM website. That details, etc. We will share it with you, how the testing mechanism will work, and etc. And I think they are giving a two times they are giving the opportunity to complete the assessment. In case if your time first time you're failing, I think they will give a one more round. That is something you will get to know all the details over the time. So that's how the NASCOM certification and Analytixlabs certification is completed. And as we just now shown you, you're required to complete the profile completion. In case if you need some support before completing the profile completion, you need some support on the resume building or certain modifications you need it, etc. You can reach us and take the guidance from Analytixlab placement assistance team. And one is, of course, anyway you will receive certain sample resumes. Of course, that will help us to help you to guide you to get the basic version of your profile. But in case if you need some more support or assistance, you require to reach out to the placement team so that they can assign you one-to-one one-to-one interaction between you and the mentor, so that the mentor can guide you how to prepare your profile. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is there is something you require to create some social profiles, where you need some GitHub profile or Kaggle or LinkedIn profiles, etc. So we are going to share certain instruction documents, and those documents can help you to create profiles in these kind of social platforms. This is extremely important whenever you are looking for a job opportunities, because as you know that nowadays everyone is active on the social, and sometimes the employers will ask you, okay, can you share me your GitHub profile, or can you share me your Kaggle profile, etc. So I think that is very common questions nowadays. That's the reason we are also making sure that you should have these kind of profiles before you start look for the opportunities. So this is how the course profile completion details. It is not just a resume building, and you need to complete all the details in your Analytixlabs website. Then and some of the social profiles. For that, we are happy to share certain instruction documents and etc. so that you can complete all the social profiles. Once you're done with this, in case if you need placement further, there is an interview preparation part. So we, as part of the LMS and as part of the course, you will get certain interview material. And once that is done, there is couple of more things we also need to ensure that you need to create some kind of a introduction video about yourself. Like you can upload it in YouTube, or you can share the link with us, and we can guide you in case if there is a need of improvement on certain things and etc. And in case if you need some kind of a mock interviews, we are also happy to arrange. But some of the places we also make the mock interviews mandatory. The reason is if we see that there are some kind of gaps in your explanation or some of the areas and etc. You have to go through the mock interview process. So this is the interview preparation part will take place after completion of your profile. And once these steps are done, then you are going through the next step, which is aligning interviews with the employers. So we do get a lot of requirements from various companies and through our alumni as well as various other sources. And your profiles will be shared with the employer based on the opportunity what we get it. And we also share the job description and the scope of the work and etc. with the candidate, whatever we received from the employer. And we also align the interviews, and we'll also provide you the update whenever we get it from the employer. So this is the typical process will takes place as part of the placement assistance. So now you tell me if you have any questions related to placement process or certification process.
So I have a question here.
Mm-hmm.
So will you charge any separate fee for this placement service, or will it be included in the course fee?
There is no separate charges for this particular assistance. The only prerequisite is you need to complete the course. When I say complete the course means the step 2, you need to do that. Step 2 means you need to complete all the assignments, case studies, capstone project, and Viva process to be completed.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions you have in mind related to certification and placement process?
Yeah, hi, Shakir here.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to ask about the placement part. Is there also option of pay after placement, sir?
So that particular thing you can get in touch with our colleague Shabrish. You can just message your name and your email ID. My colleague will get back to you on that.
Okay, one more question, sir. Suppose someone has a gap of 3 years. So are you going to give full support in preparation and placement part?
See, in terms of the gap, obviously there are certain challenges. You will also have it, especially some of the big companies, big MNCs, etc. They have, as part of their HR policies, they cannot consider more than 2 years gap or something, right? But whereas some of the medium companies or some startups and mid-level companies, then generally they don't really put a constraint on the gap, as long as you're projecting your skills in appropriate manner, right? So what I'm trying to say that is, obviously if the gap is more and more, obviously the opportunities will be less, and you will also comes with certain challenges. But as I said that the gap is something is not accepted by all the companies. Some of the companies will also consider irrespective of the gap you have it, provided you are good with your skill set.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So can you hear me?
Yes.
So this question is regarding the transition. So I am a working professional and I have been working from last 6.5 years in the insights domain. So I would like to ask you, like, how difficult it for me or easier it for me to get the career transition after completing this course?
Okay. See, I think again, this question is not for everyone is the same. As you know that your profile and based on your profile, how you want to transition, etc. So for that, probably I can guide you in a different manner. Probably after today's class, maybe can we connect maybe tomorrow or sometime so that I can guide you what is the ways to transition and etc. Because every individual and every profile is very different. You know, the methodology, the approach and framework we use it is very different for each individual, right? So I can definitely guide you. I mean, there is definitely a proper approach we will have it. And probably I think after the class and one-to-one we can have discussion on that.
So, can you please, sir, tell me, like, how will I connect to you?
I will share my contact details after the session. Okay.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. So after completing the course, where should I join? Any startup or MNC? It is depends on your interest, Ankit. But the opportunities are there in MNCs as well as startups. So each of them have their certain challenges, certain constraints, certain problems. Of course, startup culture is slightly different and MNC culture is different. So it depends on your preference and depends on what kind of work you want to do, how you want to work do. So probably you can target the respective companies. It is not based on the, the course you should join MNC or not, right? So this course is applicable to everything. That's what I said. It depends on how you want, because startups, definitely there is a lot of learning opportunities, but it also has a certain constraints, like you need to do everything. Sometimes you don't get a chance to work on, specific thing, etc. In general, startups will expect more in terms of working time, and that is something you will have a little challenge. And the third thing is, of course, in terms of the roles and responsibilities, there is no fixed roles and responsibilities in a startup kind of a roles. So that is the another challenge. Depends on what kind of challenges you are going to expecting. Accordingly, you can target that kind of companies. But answer to your question is yes. If in general startups, in a startups career, more learning opportunities there. Whereas in MNCs, you have a limited learning opportunity. But again, it depends on what kind of MNC and what kind of team you are part of. Okay. There is one more question from, I think, 1 second. Yeah. What is the approximate timelines generally get a job after the certification as per the statistics? See, guys, what we observed from the past in terms of the our experience. So in addition to our course, right? So there is three things which I want to quickly talk about. For example, whenever you are working on or whenever you're targeting a job, so there are 4 skills will be very mandatory and it's very helpful. One is, of course, the technical stack, right? And in addition to that, you also require to know certain knowledge about the analytics tools, sorry, techniques, and statistics, etc. And the third one is, which is most important thing, which is a problem solving skills. And this is the third one. And there is a fourth one is, and business and functional understanding plus, and you can also say that the data understanding. Maybe I will not say this one separately. So I will say that. So I will say that data understanding Okay. And there is a one more element which is also equally important, which is a soft skills, right? So when I say soft skills, that including communication and both oral as well as this one, etc. And when it comes to the problem solving skills, your approach to solve the problem. So approach to solve the problem. And probably something like, puzzles or guesstimates or, out of box thinking. So playing with numbers. And the structure approach and frameworks. So like this, there are so many things can help you to improve the problem solve, right? So I think this is another area. So as part of the course, you will get a complete understanding of these two things, the technical skills and analytics techniques and stacks, and the data understanding, business functional understanding. You can say that a medium level of understanding you will get it. You can't get everything. The problem solving partially we talk about. I mean, it is maybe that is the place again you need to really think about. Problem solving is something you can't teach, as part of the courses. You will get certain things, will introduce certain, things, etc. But the soft skills and these skills, actually, you really need to focus yourself. I mean, this is something we can't help you, but we can guide you. We can share certain material and etc. But this problem solving and the soft skills, both of them, you require to work on it. So whenever you want to get a job, right? See, all these skills required, job perspective. If I want to get a good job in terms of data science or a data science related career, and this is something, these are the different driving factors, can help you to get a good job. So in that, definitely you will get a good understanding and complete understanding of technical stacks and analytics tools and analytics techniques and statistics and applications of statistics. But whereas a data understanding and business functional understanding, etc., you will get partially from the course. But whereas the soft skills and problem solving skills, you require to develop yourself, like a communication, like how to speak, what to speak, etc. I can't teach you those things part of the course. But however, since the skills are extremely important with respect to job, I can share certain material, I can arrange certain sessions and etc. I can give you some hints and tips part of the classes or maybe beyond the classes. So those kind of things which are going to help you, but which is not part of the course curriculums. So what my suggestion is, along with the course, and you also need to parallelly focus on these two elements, right? And when I say problem solving, solving the puzzles or solving the guesstimate, I'm going through some kind of blogs or some material, some books and some things, etc., that can help you over the time how to, do a problem solving. The soft skills is something, you need to speak with them and you need to understand, you need to carefully listen, and the listening skills and, writing skills or speaking skills, all these are matters part of the soft skills. So which is something you should develop yourself over the period of time. So if someone is really good with all these elements, okay, even from the fresher or from the 1 to 3 years of experience, they will not expect so much knowledge on the business and functional understanding. If someone is good with the technical stacks and analytics, techniques and problem solving and soft skills, definitely they will be landed up in a good job. So now answer to your question is, if someone is completed our course and having a knowledge of soft skills and problem solving, in the 1 or 2 interviews, I mean, in less than a month, they are typically getting the jobs. But if you're facing certain challenge on the communication, if you're facing certain challenge on the problem solving, etc., and that's the place some of the people are failing, and that's the place we also guiding them and hand holding them on certain areas. But beyond that, this is the something you really require to focus and come up with the quick approach to handle these problems, and then automatically people are getting the jobs. So in terms of statistics, if you quickly look at the statistics perspective, if someone is completed our certification and 90 to 95% of people who certified by Analytixlabs, in a less than 3 to 4 months, they are getting the jobs. Is that clear? Is that answered the question? Okay. And some people are getting jobs even while they're working and while they are doing the course. I'm not including them. I'm primarily telling that whoever is completed the training and completed the certification and having certificate with them, and those people, if I'm considering as around 90 to 95% of people are getting jobs in the next 3 to 4 months time. Even the people are the 5-10% of the people are facing a issue or getting a jobs because of 3-4 reasons. One is it's a huge academic the gap in the career, or maybe they are facing certain soft skills issues, or they're facing certain problem solving skills, or maybe they have certain preferences. Like, for example, they want to only work in Hyderabad, or they want to work in only in a particular location, etc. So if they have certain restrictions, certain criteria, and certain problems they have, and etc., and those kind of people are getting a little bit challenging in terms of the getting jobs. But otherwise, in terms of the and the third thing which I see that majority of the people are able to clear the technical rounds of interview. Maybe they are facing an issue of the final leadership rounds of interview, etc., because the lack of communication or lack of problem solving skills. Is that clear? Great. So I think this is what I want to talk about, part of that. Okay, since we are talking about a placement assistance and the process at Analytixlab, so I think just I want to give you quick numbers, and in terms of the which of the companies are recruited from us in the last 2 to 3 years time. Though there is a huge pandemic situation, etc., but the last 2 years, we've seen that there are almost 159 companies reached us and recruited at least one person from us, right? So these are the companies, almost if you look at the FI Analytics, Inference Labs, BizIQ, Cartesian Consulting, Tailored Analytics, WNS, EXL Services, and these are some of the Course 5, Fractal Analytics, Cvent, and Aeon Hewitt, Concentrex, JP Morgan, and Tag Analytics, Tiger Analytics. Sir, these are all are. Hello. Just give me a second. Yeah. And these are the companies, almost 159 companies, they reached us and they hired at least one person from us. For example, some of the companies are regularly, they come and hire from us. For example, there is a company called Unicorps. Almost every month, they will recruit minimum 4 or 5 candidates from us. And similarly, E&Y, every alternative month, they will send at least 1-2 requirements from us. And similarly, there is a company called EXL Services. Almost every alternative month, they will send certain requirements from us. So there are some of the companies are regularly, they will visit, they will recruit people from us. And some of the people based on ad hoc request, like depends on the need and etc., they will recruit from us, right? So I mean, just to give you some information, these are the certain companies reached us and they hired from us. But yes, beyond this, these are something they reached us. But some of our students, they got opportunities from various references, and they already got the placed in so many other companies, which I did not include here, because the reason is I want to ensure that, okay, what are the companies they reached us and they recruited directly from us. And but some of the companies, people getting jobs in various companies, which I did not include part of this. Does that make sense? Yes, someone have a question?
Yes, sir. I have a query regarding these placements. So right now I'm pursuing my post-graduation. So the placements would be around October or September, like that. So my query is, how will Analytixlab help me in seeing through both placements with respect to the company and also my college?
See, the college perspective, I don't know what companies and how it will come, etc. I don't know by the time your course is completed or not. But at least still we can support you in terms of certain interview material or a certain guidance towards your resume, etc. At least if you complete at least one module of the program by the time. And as you know that you're also eligible for the support from Analytixlab also. Whenever you need support from Analytixlab, you can always reach us, and we are happy to extend the support. And typically, guys, so I think this is the one question someone asked me: what is the time duration we support? Typically what happens is the course is about 6 to 7 months. This course is going to finish. And after that, this caption projects and your profile completion and all of them, probably another month it will take. And typically we support till 1 year for the placement support whenever you need it. But case to cases probably will extend another 3 months or 6 months, etc. So that's how typically the process we carry forward for the placement test. But one important thing is we do help placement assistance, like, we get a lot of requirements, but if you get a calls, and if suppose if some reason you are rejecting every time, rejecting means you don't want to attend certain job opportunities, etc. And that's the place we also have a limitation on the sharing certain opportunities beyond certain limits, right? So for example, we are continuously sharing certain job opportunities, but you are always not interested to go with that opportunities, then there is a problem for us. And second thing is, suppose you are getting the 3 calls or 4 calls, but all 3-4 job opportunities you failed in the interview process. So that's the place probably you require to rethink about where you are failing, right? Until you work on your feedback, until you work on where you are failing, and until you don't understand what is the reason for failing, then we will not able to share further opportunities until you rectified yourself, right? So these are certain things you also need to work with us, and you also need to take help from us. It is not like a spoon feeding kind of a thing. You also equally put efforts, and you proactively reach us in terms of the placement assistance perspective. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So any other questions in terms of the,
Yes,
I think there are few people mentioned that. Guys, one small suggestion, I think few people have very separate questions, like, few people will, come up with their own profile and etc. Is it a course is helpful, or what can I get a job, etc. So guys, please do one thing, and you can send me an email, or maybe send me a message. I can connect with you one-to-one basis in terms of what is the way forward for that kind of profiles. And I can share my details. At least you guys can note it down, so that I can connect with you later. So chandra@analytixlabs.co.in. And probably what you can do is you can send me a query related to, in case if you have a specific question related to your profile, I can guide you. If required, I can send you one-to-one invite. And of course, my other colleague, Sabrish, he's also equally good with these kind of knowledge. And he also can, either me or Sabrish can connect with you on the same. Does that make sense? So whatever questions related to profile, or your profile is fit for certain requirements, what kind of job opportunities you will have it, etc. You can send an email to both of us, and one of us can connect with you guys. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, if I miss any questions on the placement process or the certification process, you guys can let me know. Else, I want to quickly talk about a couple of things before winding up the today's session. Okay, what would be the duration of BA 360 course if we opt for weekdays batch versus weekend batch? So the weekdays, about 2.5 months it will take. Weekends about 4.5 months will take, guys, for the BA 360 course.
Can I ask a question here, or do you want me to write an email?
What is the question about?
Regarding the placement, when you are saying regarding the placement, so what about my salary structure? I mean, currently, like, I'm, taking around 6 to 10 lakh package, right? So when you align me in an interview, so that my current salary package would be in consideration.
Yes.
Okay.
So guys, obviously, we are not going to treat you as a fresher, and
Okay.
it is, definitely whenever the new opportunity comes, whenever we are sharing your profile, and we will also align based on the what is your expected salary, what is your current salary, what is your preferences, all these things we will keep it in mind, and we will share your profile with the employers. Right? For every opportunity, we don't share every profile. There is a filtering process will takes place based on the preferences, based on the requirement, based on the skill set, what you are holding it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. And there is a question from, is there any opportunities placement abroad? Guys, typically for abroad placements, generally, it's a limited, but in the last 1-2 years, if I see that there are 3-4 people, our students only got opportunities in Malaysia and Singapore, etc. But again, that is something generally limited, and I can't say that we don't offer, but at the same time, I can't say that we will provide you. Does that make sense? Okay, so guys, please, whoever is registered with us in terms of the email ID and the numbers, they will get the recording link of today's session. So don't worry about that. Okay, guys, there is one more important thing which I want to talk about part of today's session. A lot of times people have questions about the non-technical backgrounds, and or maybe if their graduation is comes with a certain background, what kind of a job roles they can get into that, right? So basically what I have done is I broadly classified these the academic streams, right? So I broadly classified into 5 equal buckets. Like one bucket is a person comes with a quantitative background along with the programming skills. So that is the bucket 1. And the bucket 2, which I classified as they have a quantitative background, but they may not having a programming background, but where they comes with the statistics or mathematics or economics, etc. So that is the second bucket which I consider. The third bucket is the quantitative background without any programming. So, without any programming, or maybe not comes from the statistics or mathematics. So that's the kind of a people. And the fourth bucket is completely non-quantitative or non-programming background, or you can say that non-technical background. And the fifth bucket is, you can say that a non-technical background, or maybe non-quantitative background with some technical background as part of their curriculums or course curriculums, etc. So if I broadly classify, these are the courses which you can align it. Like, for example, a quantitative background with programming skills is like BTechs or MTechs or BSc, MSc or BCA, MCA, etc. So, whoever is having some knowledge on the computer science or information technology, some computer applications and all these things, and those kind of candidates comes under this bucket. Right. So typically these kind of people have the opportunity something like this. There are a data analyst or big data analyst or a data scientist or a data mining analyst, certified big data engineer or ML engineer or BI engineer or SQL analyst or a solution developer, Python developer. So these are some of the job roles which you can find out in the markets, right? But people comes with a non-technical background, quantitative background, especially backgrounds like statistics or mathematics, etc. So if I look at the people, some of the courses like MBA or BSc, MSc or MA mathematics or statistics, economics. So these kind of people, of course, generally these guys will have a less proficiency in the computer science or computer background or programming background. So these kind of people who are more into the roles where they have less emphasis on the technical aspects, like data engineering and data architect or big data analyst, and those kind of roles will require some more proficiency in the programming. But whereas a data analyst or business analyst, data scientist, it requires some programming, but it is not like super heavy complex programming skills required. So that's the place. These guys can be considered some of the profiles like data analyst, business analyst, data scientist, or a machine learning engineer, AI engineer, consultant, specialist, or maybe various functional roles like CRM analyst, marketing analyst, financial analyst, operation analyst, AML analyst, or web analyst, or HR analyst. So like this, these kind of roles are available to focus, target these kind of candidates. So when it comes to the people, like they are good with the technical, technical skills, but they don't have a programming, proficiency or programming background from the past historical academic qualifications. Like, for example, BTech and MTech, all the other streams except computer science or IT, right? So like electrical, electronics, biotechnology, or mechanical, chemical, or maybe BSc, MSc, physics and chemistry, or MBAs with some other skills. And these kind of people, they will not have, core programming, part of their courses. Of course, they may have a little bit idea because some of these BTechs, they go through, basic C or C++, some basic programming languages understanding, but they are not expert in the programming. Their core skills are different from programming. And those kind of people will have something similar here, but these candidates or these kind of profiles have a less emphasis on programming, less emphasis on mathematics. I mean, of course, there is a mathematics need is there, but mathematics and statistics, and you don't need a lot of complex algorithms. You don't need to know a lot of complex programming skills, etc. And that kind of roles these guys can target. I mean, if you see here, these are the profiles where they have less less emphasis on the heavy technical skills like programming. At the same time, they also don't need a lot of understanding on the mathematics or algorithms so much deep dive, right? So these kind of roles definitely they can target by these people. And whereas some people comes with a completely non-quantitative or a non-technical background, or maybe a little bit some technical background, like BCom, MCom, computers, or BBA, MBA. So these kind of candidates, they may have little knowledge about computers or maybe some understanding about some technical skills, but they may not have a super, understanding of mathematics or understanding of computers or statistics or algorithms, etc. So those kind of people can target these kind of profiles. I mean, here, these profiles are heavy on the business and less on the the core technical elements, right? Similarly, there is one more bucket which I was talking about, completely non-technical as well as non-quantitative backgrounds, like BCom, MCom, like commerce, civics, and M pharmacy, B pharmacy, etc. So again, these kind of people, they will target very, very, very less efficient, less proficiency kind of skills required for the roles, like a data analyst or business analyst or a CRM analyst or a AML analyst. So here, these profiles required heavy on the business understanding, functional understanding, problem solving skills, communication. That's the major emphasis they will give it. They will give less importance in terms of the technical skills because some people can assist them in terms of the technical skills. So those kind of roles they can target. So this is how what I'm trying to explain you here is analytics or data science is applicable to every type of academic people. I mean, every person have opportunity in terms of the data science and analytics field. Of course, some of the some of the streams have more number of opportunities. Some of the streams will have less number of opportunities, but still you will have a lot of opportunities for all types of academic backgrounds. Is that answered your questions, guys? Some of the people raised this question in the past related to if I'm come from a non-technical background, what kind of a job roles or what kind of opportunities which I can get it. Is that clear?
Indeed.
Great. So guys, I think, there is one more question. I got it from how to start or a transition career into data science. if you come with a non-technical background or non-IT background. For example, some of the people, they work for maybe IT support engineer, or maybe they work for BPO process or KPO process, or maybe some marketing teams or some sales teams. So they are not into the data analytics as such. They are not into the anything related to data. But still, can they go for a job opportunities in terms of the analytics, or do they need to start from the starting, or do they need to start from the as a fresher? So to answer that question, I specially created this kind of a slide. So for example, let's understand what are the job roles, which is a non-IT sector. Like for example, I was just mentioning that some floor manager in the retail store, or maybe some operation manager in some e-commerce company, maybe some procurement manager in the manufacturing firm, some operation manager in the electricity substations, or maybe a business support functions like HR or finance or operations, IT support, or customer care executives, sales executives, marketing executives, or BPO, KPO firms, teams, etc. Right? So, I mean, just I'm giving a few roles where you see that they are completely different from a non-IT background, or they're completely irrelevant profiles as such with respect to the analytics. So now the question is, how can you transition? Suppose if you are part of this kind of a profile, right? I think this is the place what you are, having existing skills which you can carry forward. And what are the additional skills you need to develop yourself so that you can target better opportunities by combining with your existing skills. So for example, whatever the role you are playing, right? So whatever the role you're playing, certain skills anyway you are going to carry forward. Like for example, some understanding about domain or functional understanding, or how to manage your stakeholders, like how to manage your clients, or how to manage your manager, how to manage your teams, and etc. The stakeholder management. And you also know that communication, you also know the logical thinking and problem solving and aptitude, and how to behave with the people, or common sense. So I think these are the skill set, if you have any experience, these are some of the soft skills which you will carry forward. Do you agree with me? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
But what are the skills which you require to build yourself beyond these things, right? And that's the place, you require to improve the skills like technical skills, or statistics and applications of statistics, and the value proposition of analytics in the various industries, and the data understanding, or a critical thinking, right? Start thinking about the problems in terms of the data, right? So anything you think about, you always think about a data driven approach. So I think if you're able to improve this skill set, and these skills together, combining these two things, you can target the data science job roles, right? So that is what exactly I'm trying to answer questions. Like for example, you can target certain opportunities. There are, in general, there are two type of opportunities which we come across in the data science job market. One type of job roles are analytics enabled job roles. One is data analyst job roles. Like for example, analytics enabled job roles is like where they will use analytics as part of their job in a way that to improve the certain things. Like for example, marketing analyst, his primary job is improving the marketing channels, or improving the marketing return on investment, or optimizing certain aspects. So that is the core job of a marketing analyst. But he can't do without analytics. Those kind of things he can't do without analytics, and that's the place he will require to use certain analytics tools, or certain analytics techniques, certain analytics type of understanding, etc., or maybe some data driven decisions they need to take it with the help of analytics. So his core job is not analytics, but the analytics will be used part of his job, and those kind of jobs we call it as a analytics enabled job roles, right? So I was telling that marketing analyst, financial analyst, CRM analyst, subject matter expert, product analyst, or a digital analyst. These are the certain roles which you can say that analytics enabled job roles, right? But a certain data analyst job roles where the person is core job role is, working on the analytics projects, right? So that's the place like a business analyst, data analyst, MIS analyst, or data scientist, or analytics manager. These kind of job roles are there where they are heavy on the analytics, less on the business and function. The analytics enabled job roles are more on the functional understanding, less on the technical skills. So that's how you can see that these two job roles are slightly different from each other. Suppose you are very good with the communication, you are very good with the some functional and business understanding, you are less on the technical skills comparatively. In that kind of situation, you can target analytics enabled job roles. But you are very good with the programming technical skills and some algorithms, and less on the business and problem solving, etc. And that kind of situation, you can target some of the data analyst related job roles like data scientist or data analyst or business analyst or this kind of job roles. So that's how you can transition your career into the data science, even if you come from a non-technical background. When I say non-technical background, non-technical in terms of academics or non-technical work experience. Is that clear, guys? Any questions on this?
No, all good.
Okay. So guys, I think some of the people asked me these questions in the past. I wantedly park some of your questions. So do let me know if you need any clarification or if I miss any question related to these topics, guys. Great. So as I also mentioned that the two class of people with a non-IT background want to start their career without IT knowledge and want to transition their career without IT knowledge. So I think this is what I was talking about. So this is something we already mentioned, that if someone is a fresher and someone don't have any knowledge about the IT or knowledge about academic background. So that's the place, these are the 3 skills they need to really improve yourselves. And yeah.
Sir, it's data science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. So that is a different topic, or it comes under this only, sir.
See, basically, if you joined little early today, I was talking about one important thing. So as part of the data science 360 course, we are covering multiple elements. One of the module is predictive modeling and machine learning, and text mining and NLP. Of course, introduction to AI and cloud computing. So if you look at all these 3 elements, we are covering all these elements part of this course. But if you want to deep dive on the artificial intelligence and cloud computing, etc., we have a separate course. We have it, and that course very much focused on artificial intelligence solutions and how to use the deep learning models or a cloud computing approach and etc. So that is a deep dive course. We have a separate course, right? But as part of this course, we are covering in depth of machine learning, in depth of text mining, and of course introduction to the AI and cloud computing and ML ops. Is it answered your question?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Great.
Hello. Hi. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually, I have a question. Sir, I have done a couple of courses in data science and machine learning and deep learning too from Coursera or Udemy, where I can say that I have basic intuition about the deep learning, neural networks, and artificial intelligence. So, is this course a good fit for me? Data science 360, because it's showing some basic. I think I want to deep dive into the artificial intelligence. So, but I have no experience in IT sector.
Okay. See, guys, so I know that many people are going through some MOOC courses, etc. And in fact, I will tell you some of the background of a few students who have done a course from various big institutes like IIMs, and some of the courses they have done it from ISB, and few people also done courses from like Great Learning or Upgrade, where they are spending a lakhs of money. At the same time, the people who are done the courses like Udemy, etc., where the cost of the course is maybe a few hundreds. So we got experience from both set of people, right? So the people who comes with the background from the Udemy courses, etc., they will have basic understanding or some knowledge, but that skills may not be sufficient to get a job. The reason is they generally won't give it that much emphasis or focus on the core projects or case studies or assignments and deep dive on the topics. Their primary understanding is just give them an overview and understanding what is what, etc. But that skill is just to understand familiarity with the topic, but it is not going to be helpful to get a job. That's the first thing. And the second thing is the people who come from a great certification from big universities or big colleges, but still they are going through my course and to get a job. The reason is whatever they have done the course, that is more given theoretical or theoretical foundationals and elements and etc. They're going to emphasize on that, but they are very less giving importance on the practical element. I think when it comes to the interview process, many companies or many employers are expecting the person to be proficient in the technical skills. And as part of the the interview process, the first and foremost important assessment they do is they will give a data set, they will give a business problem, and you need to work on hands-on. Right, so that is the one of the common step which is happening part of the interview process. And most of these candidates are failed and they could not crack the interviews or they could not complete the assessment, etc. And finally, they ended up joining my course again. And they're spending a lakhs of money in the other course. And again, they're spending some thousands of money with me. And finally, they're getting job after completion of my course. So last year, I have a use case of about 25 or 30 people. They did the course from big universities, and again they have done my course, and after that only they got the jobs. So the reason I'm pointing out this particular thing is everyone have their own set of ways to part of the course curriculum and things and etc. Our emphasis part of any course is the practicality and bringing as much as closer to the industry applications. So that's the reason our courses it's a little lengthy course compared to anyone, because Excel, someone teach in the Udemy in a 3 hours time, but the same Excel we are teaching almost 1 month, almost 16, 17 hours with focusing on a lot of elements, right? So that's the fundamental difference. You can see that. Answer to your question is, yes, if you want to be expert in this, my real suggestion is you should complete the Data Science 360 course, because a lot of foundations we are going to talk about. And as part of the machine learning modules, I myself is teach most of these topics part of the curriculum, especially the machine learning and advanced topics. I know that we are going so much depth of the concepts, and that will be a super foundations for any advanced course which you are planning, including artificial intelligence and deep learning. Is that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So should I can't I go through the full stack applied AI, because I have also knowledge of the deep learning, neural networks, convolutional neural networks.
Yes,
I also
definitely.
know, and I've done a couple of projects in deep learning and computer vision. So should I not go to the full stack applied AI?
So it is depends on the what kind of a job roles you're targeting. If you are targeting a job roles related to pure AI and deep learning related things or computer vision or language proficiency models, etc., then answer to your question is yes, the full stack with the AI DL specialization, right? So that is the I can definitely suggest you go with that course.
Yeah, but also sir, I'm from the civil engineering background and I have 2 years experience in my construction industry. So,
okay. So that is the place. That's the place I was talking about. If you comes with that kind of thing, first of all, though you have a strong knowledge, but see, there are 2 important things most of the people are missing out from the industry. See, whenever someone is looking for an opportunity, one is you need to target what kind of a job roles are majorly you can find out whenever you are targeting a job. So whenever you're targeting a job, the first and foremost important thing is certain skills every company needs. Like for example, SQL, it's a mandatory skill for every organization if you are working for a data analyst or a data analytics or anything. So if you don't have SQL knowledge, it's very unlikely that the companies will recruit you. So similarly, even though you comes with a non-technical background, I mean, like a civil engineering, your experience is irrelevant. But even if you have a very good knowledge on computer vision, the number of opportunities purely related to computer vision or AI related modules will be very, very, very less, right? But if you combine with the skill set of some of the technical skills like Excel, SQL, Tableau, and predictive modeling and machine learning, combining with your the deep learning skills, then the opportunities will be multifolded, right? So basically, if you're targeting very focused on that, then the opportunities will be limited, given that there is some limitations in your profile also. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Guys, any other questions? I know that few people asked me, I think Rishika and few people asked that if I comes with a non-technical background. As I said that, probably my colleague Sabrish will answer most of these queries after, as part of today's session itself. But before that, I want to talk about, do you have any questions related to the course and the process or a structure and the placement assistance and the certification and these kind of any questions you have in mind?
Yes, sir. I have a question regarding placement. Actually, sir, what type of assistance you will provide in placement? Either you will just post a LinkedIn posts in our job portals or email us LinkedIn job portals, or you will refer to some companies.
See, I think, this is something I already discussed, but let me reiterate. So as I said that, as part of the placement assistance, there are two steps which I was referring over here. One is your interview preparation. And of course, before interview, we will also help you with the resume preparation and some instructions for a Kaggle, Google, GitHub, and etc. And of course, we do help you on the mock interviews and etc. And post that, and we are going to provide going to share your profiles with the employers. See, we do get a lot of opportunities from various companies, and either MNC, startups, or mid-level. There are various type of companies we get it. And sometimes some of our old students also reach out to us because they are working with almost all companies. At least you can find one student from Analytixlabs. Whenever there is opportunities there, he or she always reaches us, and they will also share our profiles with the companies. And sometimes we do conduct a lot of corporate workshops, and we do work with a lot of corporate companies and on the corporate trainings and etc. So based on our experience, and they also reach us in terms of the opportunities part of their respective teams, etc. So like this, we have a various channels to get the job opportunities, right? So answer to your question is, we are going to share your profile with the companies and employers who have reached us. And in addition to that, we also share some of the LinkedIn related, suppose we found some opportunities which are a part of the social websites and etc. If they are relevant to you and etc. We also share those those opportunities also. That answer to your question is both the ways we do support with the placement. And in fact, I shown that about the last 2 years, if you see here, and there is almost 159 companies reached us as part of the placement. So they recruited at least one person from Analytixlabs.
So is there also a list of the placed alumni from your institute with LinkedIn profile?
Yes, so I think some of these LinkedIn profiles and etc. you can see from our website, because in our website, not up to date profiles, but at least you can see that most of the people who got completed the certification and then they got placed in some companies through us, you can find their profiles in our website, and you can also find their LinkedIn profile as part of that. So that is one thing. In case if you need some more information, etc., and you can also reach us, either Sabrish or me, and we can also share some more additional details with you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, so I have a question regarding like problem solving skills. So how we can improve by like you mentioned analytic techniques and technical stack will be covered, and soft skills we can improve by our own self. But how we can improve problem solving skills?
See, problem solving skills is there are multiple ways to improve. One is knowing certain frameworks, certain approaches, and etc. That is that is one way of improving the problem solving. And there is reading a lot of blogs and a lot of content, etc. That's also will help you. And there is one more approach is solving puzzles, guesstimates. These kind of things also will be helpful. And beyond that, we do also share some self-paced, videos which we conducted in the past for few sessions for the few teams. How to structure it, the problem, how to explain the project, how to do something. We do conduct some sessions, on an on basis, like not every day. It's like maybe once in a month, etc. And we also share some of the past recorded sessions of, whatever we conducted in the past. So those kind of sessions also we will share it with you guys. And these are all the things will help you to improve your problem solving skills.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, there is a question from how difficult it for someone from the non-IT backgrounds to learn such coding languages, tools, including the course career transition. And is it possible to cover everything in such a stringent timeline, like a 2 to 4 months in a weekday batch? And what kind of a support you can expect on daily basis during the course tenure? So guys, the weekday program is something like this we planned. In the morning, you will have a class. In the second half, you can, there will be a certain projects or assignments and case studies. You will get it part of the class, as well as some additional assignments, whatever we are giving, part of the case studies and projects. So the morning class will be happened, and the second half you will completely focusing on the practicality and implementing what you learned from the course. And at the same time, the support is twofold. One is the one support anyway you will get while you are attending the classes. You will also have certain doubts and clarification sessions, and you will also get some additional time with the trainer. In the morning session also what happens is 3-hour session will be a live session, and 1 hour you will have a practical session where the trainer will be with you. Even you will also work on that, and in case if you face any such doubts and etc., you can also ask and clarify immediately. So that's the kind of support you will get it from the weekday batches. And of course, even beyond that, if you have any questions, you can also reach us the training team, and where you will get a setup or maybe mentor support, a one-to-one basis if required.
So BA 360 and DS 360. So typically, how much time it's going to take for the? I mean, I heard that it's going to take 6 to 7 months for the DS 360 to get completed. What about BA 360?
See, BA 360 about 4 to 5 months, to complete on the weekends. The weekdays is about 2.5 months. That's what exactly you will have rough timelines.
All right, got it.
Okay, any other questions?
Yeah, I have a query.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we join in a weekdays batch initially, and is it possible to do any transition from weekday batch to weekend batch? Let us state.
Yeah, so probably that question can answered by my colleague Sabrish. Some of these operational questions and maybe some of these questions related to non-technical things, etc. So probably my colleague will definitely answer all of these queries. But just I want to give a focus and emphasis on the placement and these kind of questions. If you have anything, probably I can answer that. Else, I will hand over to my colleague Sabrish. He can take it forward from there. So Sabrish, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, hi Sabrish, good evening. So guys, I'm going to hand over this to Sabrish, and he can take it from here in terms of if you have any queries related to any questions, he can guide you and answer all of your queries. Great. Thank you so much for joining the session, and I'm handing over to the Sabish. Over to you, Sabish.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time and guidance. Appreciate, so much appreciated. So, guys, good evening. Myself, Sabrish. I think most of you would have interacted with me either via call or WhatsApp. So, I am with Analytixlabs for the last 4.5 years, and I take care of the admissions and the sales part of it. So, yeah, so I think most of the questions, sir, have answered it, but still anything specific or anything you may want to ask, probably you can ask. I'll be able to guide you. I think there was a question from someone, Venu Gopal. I think it's regarding. So Venu Gopal, can you kindly repeat your question again?
Yeah, my query was, see, initially, if you wanted to join in weekdays batch, later wanted to shift to weekend batch. Is this transition possible?
Yeah, so definitely it is possible. So based on which kind of course you're taking, for example, our most popular program is the Data Science 360. So that program, if you see, it has, most importantly, it has 3 main modules. The first module is the data visualization and analytics, which is Excel, SQL, Tableau. And the second module is your base Python, or the basic statistics part of it. And the final module is your machine learning and the text mining part. So if you are in either of the batches, let's say even if you are in weekend or if you are in weekday, you are expected to finish one module, and for the next module you can choose if you want to move to weekend or weekdays. Definitely it's possible. Hope I was clear. Great. Yeah, thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah, please go on.
So I actually have 2 questions. One is about Mr. So, the trainer who just went off,
Yeah.
is he the one who's going to take the future trainings as well? That's my first question. And second, next time when we meet for the next class on the 8th, so I mean, I'm not sure what is going to be the new topic we're going to start from. So in this 1 week, like, as I'm going to wait for next 7 days, so what should I read, from where I should read, and what should, like, when I'll be coming to the next class, what kind of readings I had to go through, so that I'll be more prepared. So that's the second question.
Yeah, thanks, Abhishek. Yeah. So to answer your first question, Chandra sir mostly takes the advanced modules like predictive modeling, machine learning, text mining, deep learning, etc. So definitely he'll be a part of as a tutor for your batch, but not at this point of time. So the first module is going to start from 8th of May. And the tutor for that is going to be one Mr. Sandeep Ravula. And he'll be starting the session from next Sunday, and he'll introduce himself and everything. And the other part of your question was what, as a student, what needs to be done. So there are some, if you open your LMS, there are certain building block videos for Excel, it is there, for SQL, it is there. So since we are starting the first module into Excel on 8th of May, so there are 3 to 4 hours of Excel sessions. Probably you can go through that. Though as sir informed, it's not mandatory, but it's a good to know information in case if you're very, very new to it. Otherwise, also, we'll be starting everything from the scratch from coming Sunday onwards.
So for this 1 week till Sunday, today is what, like 1st of May? So till 7th, what do you recommend? Like, what should I read?
Please go through the building block videos. Yeah, please go through that.
Building block videos. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have I answered all your questions? I mean, Abhishek?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Yeah, that's what I had to ask. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Great. So there is some questions in the chat as well. So Shakib, I think we have spoken about all the options that we have. So I think you can connect with me after this call. You have my number and everything. So all the possible options which we could give you, we have given it to you. So definitely you can contact me after this session, Chiki. And how difficult? Oh, that is answered. Yeah. So
I have one more question came into the picture.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So it's like in let's say when the self learning is happening. I mean, obviously the live classes would happen on Saturday, Sundays, but in between, if when I'll be doing a self learning, and I have a doubt. So do I need to hold up to those doubts for the next class to come up, or during the weekdays, 5 days, Monday to Friday, who do I have to reach to get my doubts clarified, or how do I have to reach?
So all these things will be informed to you in detail in the first session, that is 8. But still, since you have asked the question, so let's say if you have any doubts, definitely you can ask, clarify with the faculty on every Saturdays and Sundays. And in the middle of, let's say, if something is you can't wait till then, immediately you can shoot a mail to our training team. And within 24 to 48 hours, it will be assigned to a mentor, or in fact, the same faculty as well, who can take up the question and probably get back to you.
Got it.
Yeah. So Aditya has a question: is Power BI not covered in Data Science 360? Yeah. So Power BI is not a part of this module, because when we talk about the most used BI tools that we have, right? So Power BI is one of the program, one of the softwares, and Tableau. So we didn't want to cover both the softwares here. So we are covering Tableau because it has a lot of weightage. But yeah, Power BI is not a part of this program. But definitely, if someone interested in taking Power BI as well, we have other separate modules, and it is available as well. But as part of Data Science 360, it's not a part of the curriculum. Great. Yeah. So anything else, guys? You have anything else about the program?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Naveen, tell me.
Sir, is there any age limit, sir, for this course?
See, the answer is no. There is no age limit. But even we have in the past, if you see, in the last 4 or 5 years, we have seen. I think we had a student from 9th standard or 10th standard who actually completed the program and excelled. And also, we had a gentleman who was around 44, 45 years. He also completed the program. So it is all depending upon your need, what is your profile, at what point of, what career are you in, what stage of the career you are in. But for learning purpose, anybody can take it. All we say is, if you remember your 10th standard or 12th standard mathematics, if you remember it, I think anyone can do it, because anyhow we are starting it from the scratch. Viswadeep, I've enrolled for business analytics weekend batch. Can I upgrade it to? Yeah, so we are actually starting a weekday batch, Viswadeep. I think third week, I guess. I'm not exactly sure about the date, but third week we are doing. That will be based on which city you're in. I think we're starting it from our Noida center. So yeah, if you're looking to attend online, you can. Or if you're somewhere in Noida and if you want to attend classroom also, you can take the opportunity.
No, actually, I want to option for the online sessions.
Yeah, so the batch it just started today, Vishwadeep. It's a weekend batches only, right? This course will take like 6 months. Okay. So in
Yes,
case, if you want to go for the daily this thing, just I've shared you my number. share me your email ID. I'll ask the respective person who's in touch with you. He can change the batch for you.
Okay, Akshay sir, I had a conversation with Akshay sir, so I will ask him to do it. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Just check with Akshay. He will do the need.
Okay.
Sir?
Yeah, Vinay, I'm not able to hear you.
Sir, this course approximately done by 6 months.
Yeah. If you're not missing any of your modules and attending it everything on time, then definitely we have seen people complete it in 5 to 7 months, including projects, assignments, case studies, etc.
Okay, the total course completed by totally 10 months, sir.
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
The total whole process completed by 10 months.
Course can be completed in 5.5 months, the theory part, right? So this program is 80% practical and 20% theory part of it, right? So there are close to 15 capstone projects in this course, and there are lots of assignments. So some students, they do it parallelly while the course is going on. So some students accumulate the projects and everything and do it after completion of the what do you call theory sessions. So that depends, but at an average, yeah, within 7 months you can complete it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other question, guys?
Not from my side.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Hi, Kamal this side. I have
Tell
a
me,
question.
Kamal.
If we join the weekend batches in classroom training, and if there is any issue like in 1 or 2 class, I'm not able to attend classroom session at the location, Gurgaon or Noida. So is that possible? That session can be attended in online.
So you're telling what I've understood is, yeah, let's say you're attending classroom regularly and for some reason you miss the classes, what will happen? Is that your question?
Yeah, 1 or 2 session in case.
So for this, let me answer it this way. I'll give you the modes of learning that we have. So we have basically 3 modes of learning. First one is the orthodox classroom face-to-face training with the instructor in the center, like how it happens in your schools or colleges. That is our offline orthodox mode that is available in Gurgaon, Noida, and Bangalore. And same session, if someone is not able to come to the classroom, the same session, people can take it live online via Zoom platform, wherever they are. So basically the faculty will be addressing the offline crowd sitting in front of him and the online, like how it's happening now. So that is how, but all our sessions by default will get recorded. So you attend the session, you don't attend the session, it will get recorded. And let's say you miss some classes after the session is over, like around 1-2 hours, it will get uploaded in your LMS via cloud. So you can go through that recording. And coming to our third mode of learning, I'm sure most of you are aware, which is called as the blended mode of learning. 2 advantages for this. First is commercially it is 20% cheaper or 25% cheaper than the regular program. And second is it allows you to finish the course at a faster pace. So what is this? So for someone who's opting for the blended mode or the e-learning mode or the self-paced mode, what we call, we share all the class recordings of our previous batches at one shot. So you can go through at your own pace, Monday to Friday, you can go through at your own pace. And the beautiful part is every Saturday and Sunday, right? Every Saturday and Sunday, there are live doubt clearing sessions, which happens between 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., where you can interact with the faculty one-on-one and clarify your doubts and proceed to the next topic. So these are the modes of learning. And I think we are proud to say that we are having all modes of learning to cater students' needs and everything. Hope I was clear.
Thank you, Sabir. That's all.
Great. So Biswadeep, can I upgrade? That is over. So Aditya is asking, what's the options available for fees, deposit, or courses? So we are talking about Data Science 360. If someone looking to go for the live classroom or live interactive online, along with let's say 18%, including 18% GST, plus including NASCOM certification cost, we are charging 56,640. And if someone wants to go for the self-paced or the e-learning mode or the blended mode, we are charging close to 44,000 inclusive of taxes. Great. I think we are done with the questions. So I am.
Sir, I had lost out.
Sorry.
Sir, I have a doubt, one doubt, sir.
Sure, Vinay.
How to install the software, sir? That's one I have a doubt.
Don't worry, everything will be explained to you when the class starts from next Sunday. Since you have asked this question, I'll clarify. This course, if you see, there are softwares like Excel, SQL, Tableau, and scripting languages like Python. So I think except Excel, okay, except because Excel is a paid tool. So except Excel, we'll help you install everything in your system, in your laptop. Not to worry about that. Excel, you should have it.
Thank you, sir.
So I have a question.
Yeah, please.
So when talking about the timeline, like we are saying that DS 360 would be completed in max 6 to 7 months. So if by any chance I'm exceeding that time limit, so will it be fine with you? I'm taking one because of any XYZ reason, because I'm a professional. My office hours not allowing me to complete this kind of assessment and projects on time. So is there any strict deadlines that beyond that I can't go?
Yeah. So, the course validity is 1 year from the date of enrollment, right? But max to max, a person can finish it in 6 months at an average. But still, we are giving additional 6 months for people for whatever reason they're lagging or they want to take some time. Till 1 year, you have the time, you can complete the course.
Okay. Thank you.
So Kulvinder has asked the question, what is the batch size in a classroom mode? So this batch, which is starting today, we have close to 25, 30 students, I guess. And I think 15 or 16 attending classroom, rest are taking it online. But typically now, thanks to this COVID and everything, earlier we used to have 80 to 90% in the classroom, but now it's become the otherwise. 80% actually are taking it online, 20% are coming to the class. This is the current status. I have one more question. Yes, same question. Okay. Ankit, have I answered your question? Great. So I've shared my number here. Probably would have got my WhatsApp ping as well. In case you guys are interested and want to enroll, and just ping me on this number, and our team can guide you. And if you have shared your email IDs here, we can also share you the recordings so that you can go through. So I think all of your questions are answered. If anything is there, you can ask. Yeah. So Akshay is my team member. Okay. So you can either ask Akshay or you can ask me. That's okay. Great. Saving your number. Yeah, please. It's okay. No problem. So I think for the enrolled guys, I'm putting one email ID which will be informed to you next week anyhow. I'm just giving it here. So just make a note of this email ID for the enrolled people. Anytime at any stage, any questions you have, just feel free to drop an email here, and which will be sorted within 24 to 48 hours. Yeah. Is there a hostel facility associated? Which center are you asking to build? Bangalore. Yeah. So we have many students who are coming outside Karnataka and actually taking up the program classroom. So for this batch also, we have so many people come and they've taken some paying guest accommodation and other. So definitely, if you're an enrolled student, you can ping me after this call. We will take the references from them and give you so that you can connect with the respective PG or whatever it is. Hi, I saw there were 40 slides as a part of introduction session of BI DS360 as well as got 15 slides there. Yeah. So the basic idea today, Ravi, was to go with those slides. But there were many questions, so we thought we will clarify them that also. But don't worry, if you are an enrolled student, anyhow we will be starting the official batch from next Sunday. Anything missed out will be covered. But trust me, you didn't miss out anything. Mostly everything is covered because the questions that were coming up, so those were actually part of those slides. In fact, be there. Yeah. So guys, can we wrap it up? Or do you have, or I'll give you last 1 minute probably if you have any questions. So, I mean, I'll put it this way. If you guys don't have any questions, you can just drop out from this call so that we can wrap it up in that way. So, no questions, please log out from the session. And guys, you're staying here, then I'll assume you have some questions.